This is ACC Baseball Weekly. We lead off with the play of the week, a big leadoff of third from Trey Turner.
And Turner breaks for home on the pickoff attempt, and he takes it. And the veteran, he was waiting for that.
That was awesome. That's just a great base running play.
Trey Turner, have yourself a weekend. In the series sweep of Coastal Carolina, he went 9 for 11, scoring 9 times, and was 6 of 6 stealing bases. He's kind of a big deal. I'm Jeff Fischel. Welcome to ACC Baseball Weekly, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. Baseball America's college baseball writer Aaron Fitt joins me shortly to talk about the latest ACC star to make it to the majors and maybe a surprise pick to win the ACC Tourney in Greensboro later this month. But first, give me the good stuff, the 3 true outcomes. Let's get to 3 up, 3 down. The Seminoles kept rolling last weekend even without Jameis Winston. While their 2-sports star was suspended and busy doing community service, the Noles swept Minnesota. John Nagowski was 10 for 13 in the series and came up with the clutch hit in Game 1 of Saturday's doubleheader.
The 0-2 hit into left. This ball game is over. The Seminoles walk off with a 5-4 win.
In NC State's sweep of the Chanticleers, a milestone for Coach Elliott Avent. Saturday night, Avent got career win number 900. Trey Turner looked like the Trey Turner that set college baseball on fire as a freshman. He stole 4 bases, including that steal of home. Remember, as a freshman, Turner stole 57 bases. This year as a junior, he has 21. Congrats to Coach Avent. We showed you last week Georgia Tech was letting fans vote on which pattern you should see in the outfield grass. Now I say sun rays all the way. Georgia Tech fans disagree. They went with crosshatch. 48% of the fans like the checkerboard look. It worked out pretty well for the Yellow Jackets. They won 2 of 3 from Virginia Tech. Now 28-20 overall, 14-13 in the ACC. Sunrays, Jacket fans. Sunrays, I'm telling you, Sunrays. And I am pleased to be joined now by Aaron Fitt from Baseball America. I have so impressed Aaron with my baseball knowledge from a couple weeks back, he's agreed to come back, right? Aaron, I know you're sharing most of the knowledge. I must admit, one of the great writers of college baseball in the country. Thanks again for coming back on the ACC Digital Network.
Well, it's certainly my pleasure. I enjoyed talking baseball with you guys.
Outstanding. Now, I did see we can talk a little majors here. Marcus Stroman from Duke was just called up. What did you see of him? I know you've seen a lot of him even in his days at Duke. What did you see him in college, and how do you see him projecting in the majors?
Well, I'll tell you, he was one of my favorite players to watch in college, and I still remember the first time I ever heard about Marcus Stroman when he was a high school player out in Long Island, and scouts up in the Northeast said, "Hey, this guy is not tall, but he is built like a fire hydrant, and he's strong as an ox, and it's explosive stuff." I remember the first time I saw him. I mean, it was everything he was advertised to be. It was electric. People used to compare this guy to Flash Gordon when he was in college. I think that's a pretty good comparison. Maybe he winds up in the bullpen someday, just like Gordon did, but Gordon was a pretty good starter for a while first, and I think Stroman has a chance to be a pretty darn good starter too, just like Sonny Gray at Vanderbilt, another guy, kind of a shorter right-hander that's having a lot of success in the big leagues right now with Oakland.
Let's switch over to NC State now. Elliott Avent just picked up his 900th career win, but NC State is in big trouble just even getting to Greensboro for the ACC Tourney. If they struggle this weekend against Wake Forest, they're done. Talk to me about where you think NC State is right now, and can they get it turned around?
Yeah, their margin for error disappeared over the course of a couple of weekends when they blew that game against Duke on Sunday, and then when they lost the series to Boston College. Now everything is must-win for them. I think really they need to sweep their next 2 series to feel okay about their chances. If they can finish 15-15 in the ACC and make the conference tournament, then I think they still have a chance. This team is still capable of getting hot, and they could sweep these last 2 series. They could get in the ACC tournament and make a run, and they could still make a deep run in the postseason. I'm not ruling that out.
Yeah, they do need to win, though. 2 of 3 this weekend against Wake just to have any chance of even getting into the ACC tournament in a couple weeks. And talking about Greensboro coming up in a few weeks, is there one team you've seen right now that could make a run? Like last year, Virginia Tech kind of surprised everybody with the season they had and get all the way to the championship game where they lost to North Carolina. Is there a team this year that can do that?
To me, the team that I think is kind of sneakily dangerous is Duke, and they're sitting here at 15-9, so I don't know if that's a deep sleeper. I mean, they've had a pretty darn good year in the ACC, and they haven't been to a regional in over a half century now. It's been a long time since this program has been really relevant, but Chris Pollard has gotten them there fast. Of course, Drew Van Orden, the #1 starter, I mean, he's had a fantastic year, kind of under the radar a little bit as a senior. It's a good group of pitchers, and now they've got, the bats have been going a little bit more in the middle with led by Betts and Chris Marcancini, got a little bit of physicality. I think they're dangerous. I think they could make a run.
All right, that's Aaron Fitt, the college baseball Obi-Wan Kenobi for me. Everything I know is because of Aaron Fitt about college baseball. Thanks again.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for watching. I'm Jeff Fischel. This is the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.